chunk of ice?
To set up
Shape
shape an ice sculpture so that shots would flow
Yeah.
off of its back into people's mouths.
Yeah.
With profession bartender, totally.
Yeah. We just need a block of ice. I don't need you to do anything else than that. Can you make a block of ice?
I don't know. I'll look through my spell list, but I don't.
Welcome back to Mad King, everybody.
Hello!
We're waking up with 4 days till the grand opening, and the party is getting ready.
Getting fancy.
What's your guys' plans for today as the sun comes up? You wake up to see Adara has already swept the entire base floor and is now passed out on the floor underneath one of the tables.
That's a good place for her. You know?
Children curl up weird places sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially magic children.
She is 10 and does magically sleepwalk, so.
Yeah.
Can I, get a pillow and blanket and just, make her, a little...
Oh, yeah, she's not getting up.
Okay.
But you could totally also just
You could also
her
just
to a
carry
bed.
her.
Yeah, but then she's going to be up the stairs and everything, and apparently stairs are an issue.
She does have slight issues with stairs.
No, because I still think that our ramp idea, we should make a ramp.
However, she did fall asleep in her bed, and so waking up underneath a table might be a little surprising to her.
But she also fell asleep when she was under her.
Yeah, she did have her magical talent kick in.
Yeah.
Domination of a chore that needed done.
Right. Also, I'm assuming
her
she's
compulsion to do
probably
it.
fairly used to waking up in odd places, considering
Yeah.
You might just want to get her cane and put it next to her.
Sure.
she
We
just
could do that.
sits up and smacks her head on the table.
And whereas she might be fairly used to waking up in odd places, she is still 10, so she's not really used to anything yet, is she?
Fair.
That's not a lot of years to actually get a handle on things. Especially seeing that magical talent usually doesn't present itself till 5, maybe 7. It was hidden for a while. Her parents were dirt poor and didn't really have time to specially train her with stuff.
They're not dirt poor now.
Not now, yeah. They might be again relatively soon. You'd have to track them down.
I mean, I gave them many years worth of money, so
You gave them 3 years worth of cash. Yeah.
If they
at the outset.
If they blow through that, then that's on them.
Well, there are rather expensive things that a Villain could think about buying, such as their own freedom.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it is through coin that you could buy out of your contract with the freeman and elevate yourself to a freeman as well.
Gotcha.
And that could very easily cost 4 gold piece for the two of them to do that.
You give him 30?
You give him 10.
You give him 10? I could have sworn I gave
Or
him
could
more.
summon
How
some
do you give
kind
him
of
10?
animal.
I'll have to look back. But anyways, no. So yeah, I'll just bring her upstairs and put her back in her bed, and then my plans for the day just included just going out and training more on Altibo.
Yeah, doing more jousting training?
Yep.
Alright. So you're going to head do
6
that?
hours is plenty of time for grand opening. We are trying to decide how to make an ice luge, and we have a plan.
An ice luge for
For
booze,
shots.
not
Yes.
for people.
Exactly.
Not for people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Luge for booze.
The
Oh,
booze
The bouge
luge.
loose.
Yeah. So we can make. She can cast ice armor, right?
Right.
So she can summon a swan, and then make the
Make
ice armor around the
or a
swan.
swan.
And then she can de-summon the swan.
Well, the swan doesn't have to be wearing it.
Does it?
It says if the intended wearer, so if you make it for someone else, they have to don it themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming if I'm casting ice armor with something in mind, that it'll be in that shape.
How long does that spell last?
An hour per level.
6 hours is plenty of time for grand opening.
That's plenty of time for the expected.
I actually
Duration
love that.
of
That's
ice
awesome.
We're thinking it could work.
How are you gonna get the booze to luge?
That's your job.
I'm the bartender, so I.
So you're gonna chip at this
Sure
ice
will.
armor.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
What kind of armor do you plan on summoning?
I have no idea.
So it won't be perfect because it will not look like a swan. it will look like armor for a swan,
Right.
Yeah.
and it will be hollow, of course.
I mean,
Well,
you
yeah.
could just make
That's
it.
okay.
You
That
could
doesn't
just
matter.
make it like incredibly form-fitting armor.
Yeah.
Like,
Like a bodysuit.
yeah.
There's spider
Like an
silk
ice bo-
bodysuits are a thing. I can
Mm.
make a spider silk bodysuit
ice
for a
armor.
swan.
At that, you know.
So the problem then would come in with
There's no wings.
shipping on it,
Yeah.
because it would be
Hollow. Pretty
Pretty
thin.
very, very thin.
Ooh. Okay.
But if it's full plate,
But-
it's going to look like knight full plate
Yeah.
for a swan.
First one.
But that might be fun in and of itself.
Okay. Or we can do this whole like form-fitting idea, and since it's hollow.
You found a better one?
Yeah.
We
Sorry.
found a better one.
Oh shit! No, because what I was gonna say is that since it's hollow, you can fill it with booze and then make like a little tap for it. Like that would be cool.
You have to seal it, though.
Or we can just like, you can make the block of snow down in the ice room and let
And
it
leave
freeze
it-
to ice.
And then we can leave it, and we can
yeah,
we
we
can
can
cast
leave it
snow
for the
shape
next
a couple
4 days.
times.
Yeah.
So that if you and we'll just leave it down in the ice room and it won't melt.
Snow shape.
Bam, we got it.
Protein.
This is heading out for training. They are currently working on plans for the grand opening and their booze luge swan. What are you up to today?
How far off are we from the festival? About a week or two?
You're
Week and a half?
2, maybe 3 weeks.
Okay.
Little
Wanna
less
come
than
train
that.
with me?
Do you train outside of the city?
The
Goes
with
to the fairgrounds.
So I'll go with you so long as you come with me to my errand first. It's on the way.
Okay.
Sure.
Last
think
24
it's that way.
hours before.
I gotta go to
I'm
Melman's.
Okay, so we just make it like.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
tied things over a little bit
But
there
we can
before
fix
there's
it
some
Right.
Before there's some
misconceptions.
confusion. You
Yeah.
also have to let them know when your grand opening is because they haven't
Yep.
set up
Yeah.
for delivery yet.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head that way. You guys hang out in the bar. Adara finally wakes up and is stumbling her way down the stairs. Johnny's got some business around town today, but Phil's hanging out, getting the books finalized and ready and organized upstairs. Kay's around. Kay doesn't go anywhere. Do as you guys please. You guys, Melman first. You walk over,
Pitter patter into Melman.
knock on the door. It seems rather quiet as most breweries don't operate at 8 a.m. But there is someone there. One secretary opens the door. She kind of looks at you guys a little confused. And goes, "Oh, hello, sirs. Do you have business here today?"
Oh, well, yes, actually, we are with the inn that's opening in town. Haraway's come and talk to you about an accord.
Oh, that must be the Babbling Baboon?
Yes, that's the one.
Yes, okay, we're aware of the deal set up. Did you want that starting at festival, or do you plan on your grand opening to be before that?
Actually, that's what I've come to talk about. Our
Oh, please.
associates have...
Come in.
Oh,
I'll get the paperwork going. Please
Ducks under
take a
doorway.
seat. Just
stares at a tiny seat.
Yeah. I'm sorry we don't have any bigger chairs.
Welcome to the land of standing.
Well, our associates have decided to open the bar in 6
Approximately 4 days now.
4 days.
4 days. Oh, okay. All right. And we plan on having the bar stocked before then.
Yes, we do have a bit of our own supply, but we would like to feature the legendary Melman's brew,
Of course. How big of an order would you like to start putting in?
Well, what have you got on hand already?
Well, on hand right now.
We're gonna have to buy like kegs and kegs.
We're strong enough to carry them.
There's
strapping orcs, just carry
At least like 4 kegs, right?
unfortunately only 2 kegs available of one of our IPA and one of our summer light brew that we've been doing. The next batch won't be ready till next week. There is also 4 bottles of our whiskey that we make here, and one of the brandy. And that's just what's available, of course, because we are stockpiling up for the festival.
Right, of course. If I was to say we'll take the whole lot, would that impede your business?
Absolutely not.
Perfect.
Those are the ones that we want to sell.
We'll take the whole lot then.
Fantastic. That is 4 bottles. 60 gold pieces total.
Easy. Beautiful, beautiful.
And of course, with the understanding of this being a reoccurring thing, next keg is on the house from us.
Oh, well, wonderful. We'll be sure to give you ample notice next time. I wasn't here when the decision was made.
That would be greatly appreciated. So that maybe we can have an idea to start brewing in batch size. What are you expecting to go through in, say, a month?
Shit, I don't know. How many kegs do you think you go through a month?
I mean,
Like,
a bar would probably
Like
go
3
through.
or
You guys
4
are
a
on
week.
like prime
Yeah.
real estate too.
Exactly, like
so like double that. Like,
4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5 a week just to be safe.
so we'll call it
Keg a
20
day.
a month.
Yeah, about 20 a month sounds reasonable. And if we start running low, then
Yeah, or if we start running high, we can just taper down our order. And
You can always taper down or up, of course.
we'll start at 20.
Yeah.
About 20 kegs a month. That's what it's
20
expecting
kegs a
on the
month.
strip
That's
there.
just fair and fine. Bottles. Did you want any hard alcohols from us as well?
or do we want to, since we have all that brewing equipment, we have all that really cool like brew queen like recipe book and everything, do we want to just brew our own hard liquors?
Well, first off, we can't start selling the public anything from the Brew Queen's book.
Those are all the magical brews.
Secondly, none of us know how to use any of that shit.
Bullshit. I can read it.
You can read
you
it.
can read it.
And
You
I
don't
can
know
just
how to
relay all the
do it.
bartending information
It's
to
not
these
bartending,
people. Oh,
it's
brewing.
Yeah. We find
Huge
something.
You also
difference.
don't have access to just about any of the ingredients
Yeah.
Talk to me.
because she's reliable.
Can we get back to you on the hard liquor? Let's see how this one does in our shelves. And
Yeah, of course. And of those 20 kegs a month, how would you like those split? Of course, our main brew here, the one that we keep steady year round, is our Melman IPA. It's a very standard, darker, real bitter, strong kind of brew. All the locals love it. But we do have a seasonal rotation or 2 that go through, depending on the season and what's available.
just want to do like a 50-50 split with the year-round and the seasonal.
I mean, don't ask Oozle because Oozle would take like the strongest shit that they have. Like that's
Fair.
it.
50-50 split.
Okay, easy. We can set that up just fine. And as a reoccurring order monthly, that would total to just about 80 gold pieces.
Perfect. Sounds great. That's more than a fair price.
There is, of course, the discount for the reoccurring purchases.
Well, lovely. Do we need to transport the kegs that we've ordered today back ourselves, or will you have them delivered?
We can deliver them for an extra gold piece. That would happen mid-afternoon is usually when the courier comes by.
I mean, we also could just carry them. We're both strapping young lads.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it's like a keg and then some awkward bottles.
Well, it's 2 kegs. One of us fucking shoulders. Each of us shoulders
Yeah,
a
the
keg,
one
and then
just, like,
fucking.
spreads and grabs all the bottles.
Yeah.
Put 'em in a
Or just
backpack.
each one just grab 1 keg and then just other hand for bottles. There's only like 4 bottles, so like.
Well, do you want to do that?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it'll dig into your training regimen.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's.
What would Oozle care about?
Well, I mean, it's not like incredibly far. It's not like it's like a huge hassle. An extra like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we'll just take it back then.
All right, you guys collect your booze and head back to the bar. You guys got about 45 minutes, hour before they show back up.
Okay.
You experimenting with anything? You talking to any of your other friends around?
I need to recenter, meditate and recenter my focus a little bit before I can, make some of this ice and stuff like that. So if you need to run some errands or whatnot while I'm doing that.
Yeah, I can play around with making more drinks.
You're just playing at the bar
Yep.
with your stock.
Do you speak Orcish?
Sure do. I have to. It was a trade language for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What
no.
about-
That's a 15.
You know, you're kind of resharpening yourself on the usuals. How much time do you spend playing with drinks today?
So she needs an hour, so I'm gonna do an hour right now.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go.
You do accumulate just like as a training bonus. For every hour you put in, you'll get a +1 bonus that you can use on that specific bartending check.
Okay.
Next time you roll it, you can keep it forever. You can never use it. Not my problem.
Sure.
And you're meditating, retraining spells. All right. A little ways into it, these two show back up. A couple of kegs and bottles in hand. It becomes apparent to you that you're going to have shockingly too little beer. You guys have been collecting a lot of harder alcohols, a lot of wines and stuff through your adventures and escapades. These are the only 2 kegs of ale that you've got.
We can fix that. We
Didn't
have 4
we have
days.
several
Got another place to go to,
kegs
though.
of Schwill that they sent along with us?
That's right. Yeah, you've got some like grog stuff, just some kind of basic.
How many kegs of
Yeah.
that do we have?
I think you're right. It's about 4.
4 more of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are the slightly smaller. They're like the travel
Ah,
ones.
like puppy kegs?
Yeah. Where they're not 55 gallons. They're 25 gallons or 30 gallons or whatever it is that those relatively smaller ones are.
So, is this all you guys got?
Well, yes. Isn't that enough? He
Oh,
says,
y'all have
used to
never
only
worked
having
in
a boat of
bar.
like 5 people at a time.
Right.
Yeah, this is like, you see this keg and you're like, how would I ever fit this through the door?
Right. And while you guys were discussing that, I was doing like a quick Google search. Like an average bar goes through about 40 to 60 a month.
Yeah.
Damn.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fine. These are peasant times. Not everybody's.
You
gonna
guys
be
can
around
go
drinking.
re-up your order anytime. It's 10 gold a keg, and then as a reoccurring buy, you guys get a 20% discount.
Well, it's alright. We still have the Voodoo Ranger to go and shake up.
Yeah.
And see what they can do for us.
Yeah, that would be really helpful because this is gonna be gone in like 3 hours.
But that's like 2 days supply.
Is it though?
Well, on the boat, you did that in just about 2 days.
Yeah, but that's just me.
Well, it's fine. You won't be drinking our stock.
Right.
As you've been drinking from all the bottles. As you kind of like, as you say that, you look back. I need a perception check from you.
I've been
notice that every
trying to
bottle's
make drinks.
uncorked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, you're noticing now as you say that, you kind of like look back and it's snapping to you. You're seeing all the bottles on the rack that were full are now, quarter or half or 3/4. They've at least, like, every single bottle in this establishment has at least had a shot poured out of it by this time.
We had someone
You guys
come
have
by
been
and
here for
sample
11 days.
already.
Well, yeah, you have to sample the product. And I made that great drink. Remember, Orc's Blood? It was fantastic. It
And
took
of course, every
effort.
night, Johnny and Phil have, a little mug of some kind of wine or something or a cider.
You can't just make wonderful drinks without practicing. I don't know what you're talking about. This takes effort.
You guys are in the part of the world where it's kind of assumed that you have like a beer for breakfast kind of deal. So that like not quite bronze, super bready wheat ale that you guys have brought. You're probably 1 keg shy on that at this point.
But not Haraway. He doesn't drink.
Yeah,
He doesn't know.
Well,
Just
now's
have
the
some
time
really
to learn.
polluted water
that
and some
con
apple
went up.
juice.
Yeah.
I don't think my con went up at all.
No?
You guys also notice that a lot of your mixers, the few that you had that you had seeked out, are beginning to dwindle. There's not a whole lot of cherry
Fucking
extract or
child.
peach juice sitting around anymore.
She's drinking our mixers.
It's the child.
Some virgin daiquiris.
You
though.
notice that you're completely out of apple juice at this point.
Oh yeah, that was definitely her.
Wait, who's touched my apple juice?
as Uzel's like handing Adara.
The last couple.
One more cup of apple juice as Adara's sitting down for
It's
breakfast.
probably her
Her legs
and
kicking.
Kenosis.
Yeah, her little legs are kicking from one of the bar stools as she's just got like this little bit of breakfast sausage and bread. And you're just like, here you go, sweet. And she's like, oh, thanks. Oh my god, I love this. It's so sweet. And she's now drinking the last cup of apple juice. As also it occurs to you that you have been drinking massively more apple juice than you had in the past.
Takes so much more to fill up this.
Yeah. Your calorie intake went from like 600 a day to like 3,000 a day.
Yeah.
Life's hard.
I chuck a stool across the bar.
And now you guys are down one stool. As it just blasts against the wall.
Fixing those, man.
They've been looking really good too. You've been adding all kinds of little silly patterns and stuff in your boredom. That one was the one with the little flowers and hummingbirds.
Why'd you break my hummingbird stool? Who invited them in here? They just bring in not enough booze and get mad and throw things. This is why no one likes orcs, man.
Adar's like, orcs? Where?
This is the point I'm making.
Jesus Christ.
Phil spits out his little bit of like morning beer. He's like, glad you guys are here. I'm gonna go upstairs. He just, yeah. He,
I'm just
No,
gonna
you're
look-
not.
I'm gonna look
Someone
to the
needs to
captain.
go to the town and get more mixers, and these guys failed to get enough booze, so we gotta figure that out. So
I said I'll handle it.
They just sound ungrateful. I'll say in Orcish.
would you like to send me for beer as well, or just mixers? There's more than just, of course, the Melman and Voodoo Ranger places in town. There's tons of local guys out along, especially like the farmsteads and stuff, that make their own and sell surpluses.
You can find one of them that's the best. That's your mission. Go on a beer tasting run. I'll
Oh,
give you
see.
some pocket change.
The problem with that, right? They don't start a business because they don't make consistently is kind of the thing. And so if you guys want, that doesn't include too much social interaction. I'm more than happy to take on going out, once every couple of weeks or something like that, and just getting some extra kegs. They all wind up, they make them different, but they all wind up tasting the same. You know how it is. Just
yeah,
Farmer
get the money
folk.
from the captain, because he was supposed to do this already.
yeah, all right.
We gotta be down another stool.
Speaking of money, the other thing to talk about is when I start keeping the books, how much of this place are you guys planning on funding once it's bringing its own money in, or how much are you planning on taking out?
Cost to run a business. I mean, we're not over what, like 200 or 300 gold a month, if that, right? Where are we at right now? Ish.
As far as like expenses goes,
So far, it's just the booze that you guys
And
have
We
No.
ordered.
did
And the
remodel.
And the remodel.
booze,
Oh, but,
remodel,
the things we have previously spent, but like
Yeah.
the things we're going to be spending, because I paid for the year of meat
That's true,
already.
yeah.
That's prepaid.
yeah, there was meat. There was you got a deal with the baker.
That was just for grand opening.
Was that just for grand opening?
So far?
Yeah, that's so far as I know, the baker's just for the grand opening.
Yeah.
But if you guys want more steady deals set up or whatever, we'll see, maybe after the first week what our profit margin is. You can just transfer over those responsibilities. That's what I'm here for, of course.
Well,
But if you also want me to run down some extra budget to get like, these just standard farmer kegs, they'd only sell for, a copper a pint, but
well, I think it's only fair that half of what we make goes back into the bar. As the owners of the establishment, we should take less than our employees because we won't be doing any of the work.
Fair.
So you'll be getting paid more than us.
that answers the next question I had. I'm glad to hear that you guys will be paying us for this work.
They've just been hanging out for weeks. Like
They're on
paid.
They're on Bloodfist livery, is what it is.
Mm.
They get their Flaming Fist pension kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to pay them well because at some point we're probably gonna have to like off that guy and be like, hey, it's like Work for us instead.
We're supposed to be infiltrating this town for him.
Exactly, but like, what if
But we're infiltrating this town for us.
Exactly. What if we just take this town for us? No, I mean,
Give Bloodfist
With the
this
four
one.
of us.
and then just
And
be like,
Phil
hey,
and
like
John.
Bloodfist, like we can still be cool, but like this town is ours. And then like,
He doesn't like being called John. He says that's his dad's name. Just, you know.
So yeah, I mean, 'cause, you know, we get paid through our adventures and shit, and find stuff all the time. I think it's only fair that the employees make more than a living wage.
I think it's fair.
And you know, a living wage for like Bronshire running a bar or whatever really is only like, you know, 5 silver a week kind of thing.
So
It's
a gold a
very
week.
At least
a gold a
20
week
gold
is like
month.
double an expected pay.
We'll see what we make first, but I would settle.
You might expect to pay Phil a little more because of course he's your financial handler and he's gonna do all the bookkeeping and
Or
stuff.
we
all
pay
the
him less
bookkeeping, the
because
gambling hall, the
Bradley's gonna
fucking
embezzle.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna be reallocating funds anyway,
Yeah.
so.
He does have to worry about embezzling because of the gambling hall and stuff as well. So it might be expected that he would get like maybe 7 silver to a gold a week, depending on exactly how good the business is and what he's been doing for
I think
him.
if we do well, Phil deserves a gold a week. Probably more. Let's give him a sign-on
Yeah,
bonus.
let's see how it goes first, and
You guys do have to see, of course.
promise, you know, a little above minimum at first, and then if we make more than expected, then we can give them more.
Shit, I'll just pay Phil out of pocket if we do really poorly for a while. I can spare a gold a week.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I'm glad that we had this talk. That's very kind of you guys. Thank you. Is there anything else that you want ran down or transferred over? You've set up a deal with Melman then?
Yes.
Is it just for 2 kegs and an odd end of bottles?
We did, what was it, 20 kegs a month? 20 kegs a month.
I'll talk to Johnny. He's been going around to local places trying to make contacts. That sounds low to me.
That's what I said.
We also might want to overbuy, you know, or at least overpromise to buy this month because of the fair at the end of it. Once that rolls in, apparently it's a huge thing in town. I've never been. This is my first time outside and not quite, in all honesty. But if it's a big deal and, you know, like there's that other adventuring party that's already shown up, if the military starts coming by, we kind of want those people here because that's what Johnny's here for, is to gain intel from them.
Well, that's perfect. Well, why don't you swing by there as well and increase our monthly order?
Yeah, I'll take care of that after talking to Johnny about what the other bars sell, I suppose. And right now, I'll go put on some pants and then I'll go get mixers and check out some peasant brews. And he just like stands up from the bar, turns around, he's just in his boxers, they got the little hearts on him. As he just goes and walks upstairs, nobody paid attention.
What a goddamn man.
Nobody cares.
The only one it would bother is a child who's blind, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's what he figured.
I'm coming downstairs, he forgot that the child was there, and he was like, ah, shit, wait.
Dar's sitting there like, so, do adventurers always throw stools against walls? Is that a normal thing that we do? Do I have to throw stools?
Ulgon, we're leaving.
Eventually, yes.
Stools seem very expensive. I don't know if I'm okay with destroying something that costs that much money.
Imagine being a peasant.
Jesus.
Oh God.
But if it's what you guys think that I need to do, I'll do it when needed.
Do you know how many
When the
stools
time
I've pushed
comes.
into the ocean my time because I couldn't throw them?
You just
Pushing the
put her
stool
back.
overboard.
Dragging it over with your whole body. Like,
You're over here making stools, walking plank and shit.
I've always wanted to do this.
He's gonna come downstairs after she's done meditating and fucking scream when she sees her broken stool.
Yeah, you come down. One of the stools that you spend a lot of time on is just in a heap in the
Good thing I
corner
still
of
have
a
a
room.
wood and my spell list, you bitch.
We just hear rabbit screams as we're
Yeah,
exiting the bar.
exactly.
Yeah, Dara's like grabbing her ears. She's like, "What's happening? I don't understand what's going on. Please."
Okay.
You both are going training.
Yeah.
What are you training?
I gotta get
'Cause-
used to this one-on-one combat.
Okay, yeah,
as,
you're gonna
as
do
a
some
big lad.
combat.
I'll
training.
do it with him.
Okay, so you're gonna forego grabbing Altivo.
Maybe like at some point before like the day is out, I'll take like an hour and just run him around a
Yeah.
little bit, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
do a little cardio.
get
for
him.
the horse.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs it.
Get his exercise in.
They do. Of course, if you don't show up for the day, they do have specific exercise times for the horses that they keep for customers.
Awesome.
They
Good to know.
keep very good care. They're a surprisingly professional establishment for being in this area.
Awesome.
You guys, rest of your day.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. We're going down to the ice room. In the
Yeah.
dungeon.
You take the slide, of course. You guys slide down. You walk past your statues. Give you a smart little salute. As you move through, you get to the ice room. The ghost is skating kind of around the couple odd end supplies that you guys have stored down here.
Oh, and Kenosi's kind of probably hanging out with Adara.
Sure.
Make sure
You should leave
okay.
somebody with Adara.
Yeah,
Since you sent Phil out, and that leaves Kenosi and Kay.
yeah. Yeah, Kenosi will do a much better job of keeping
Oh.
her.
On our way back from training, we need to stop by the leather worker because I'm pretty sure Kenosi's vest should be done relatively soon.
Yes. And today, as the day goes through, packages are showing up. Adara's shoes and the dresses you ordered, as well as the other clothing.
Banner.
Yep, your banner's in today. All that fun stuff. Today is the day for some deliveries.
Cool.
You guys get to the ice room,
Okay,
and
so
you cast, what is it?
Snow shape.
And
So
that allows you to.
you can create whatever kind of shape. Let me see the size here. You can form a mass of snow into any shape that suits your purpose.
So you
And
need
then
a
it
massive
hardens.
snow.
No. What? That's true. That's true. We don't have actual snow. See, this is the
Spend some
flaw.
time.
This is
Shaving
the flaw.
something.
Yeah.
Just start like shaving ice, yeah.
Yeah.
Make your own snow.
What is shaved ice but big snowflakes, right?
You
Like,
can just get like a concrete scraper and run it along the
Yeah.
floor here.
we'll just polish it up. Don't worry. And Ghost just
We'll get the Zamboni afterwards, and he's
Yeah.
just like, I can't skate on this.
like.
Well, I can fix that. There's a different spell I can use.
There's a different spell for
Yeah.
that.
To conjure snow?
No, like for if we started just shaving ice off
Oh,
the
okay.
thing, there's one for. Well then.
I cast Snowball repetitively and then go to sleep and then wake up and
Yeah,
cast
I
Snowball
don't
some more.
think that'll
Yeah, unfortunately, magically conjured goods are subject to their timing, just like create water and
Mhm.
stuff. You can drink it, and it's
So we
kind of
just
a
have to
workaround
do-
for that one bit of conjured stuff, but that's really.
Ice armor.
Yeah.
We're back to the ice armor.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think that ice armor is a bad idea.
It's not. It's just.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit of playing with to get what you want, and it might not end up looking like what you're after. But you
That's
can
why we're
make armor
trying
for
to
something
make-
all the way up to like a medium-sized creature, or can you go
Yeah.
to like large-sized creatures with that spell?
I think it's a medium sized creature.
Wait a minute.
So
Since we're the
you-
babbling baboon, why aren't you guys trying to make a giant baboon sculpture?
That's what we were talking about.
Oh, I
Right?
thought you guys were talking about Swan.
Well,
We
we
were
were
at
we were
first.
talking about the baboon possibly, but we also like with the swan. It's a little more elegant, more like luge. You know.
Yeah, it's like
Luge-like.
pre-shaped.
Yeah.
It's more luge-like. Well, if anything, you could just make like the tail of the baboon, like
Yeah.
luge-like.
That's true.
Could always do like a full plate for an octopus.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just a bucket helmet with a whole bunch of tendrily armed pieces.
And then again, you could pour the booze into the top, and then it could just come out of all the little tentacles.
It doesn't even. It doesn't have a limit for the size of the wearer.
Oh, so
So we make it for a fucking
Giant
elephant if we
armor.
wanted to. Yeah.
Fucking bad.
yeah.
Having Trask ice
Giant
armor.
squid.
Just put that shit just like right outside
Yeah.
the bar.
Can you cast it a day?
It's first level. So.
You made Kraken armor.
Like everyone like just goes to sleep, wakes up the next day. There's just like an ice Tarrasque just in the middle of fucking town, and like these two just sitting here, just like
I could roll booze down that. You do, of
Your
course, have
ice-
to be familiar with the creature. to
Your
get
ice
armor
picks
for it,
out and starts
obviously.
scaling the fucking thing. You're like,
Yeah.
alright, I gotta get to the top to pour it. Don't worry about it. See you guys in a week.
Because it fits and you know them well enough that you'd be able to create like pretty.
Oh god.
Well, that's what we could try it if we have time tomorrow. We can
You
try
just
again
seen an
tomorrow.
octopus
So we
want
want to try
You
with
were on
like
the
a
ship for a
baboon
while.
shape today, and then maybe tomorrow or later on in the day we.
I guess it's
depending on
true, and I
whatever
would assume that she was like listening to all the things down there. It could work.
we could try
The stuff
it.
under the sea?
Water tomorrow.
So she's gonna cast that.
Yeah, I'll cast ice armor for baboon and.
Yeah, you create this pile of baboon armor. What type of armor? You doing like a full plate, or you doing a skin suit?
Listen, pouring like liquid down like chainmail would be dope. Little intricate patterns it would make.
You would have to make, and probably for any of this armor, when you finally get settled, you're gonna have to make some kind of like wire or wooden,
Good thing
Inside.
I have a wood.
yeah,
Um.
some kind of skeleton for this thing to
Yeah.
hold rigid.
Well, someone just smashed a bar stool. So
Yeah, someone
like,
did just smash a bar stool.
we have
so.
the wood
You're
torch.
welcome.
Yeah, we can do that. Use that for
What I'm
the,
looking
for the
for is a
frame.
thank you.
Yeah. The baboon frame.
Mhm.
Ice armor around it, and then like you just pour it on his head, and then it just goes off the tail.
Where are you gonna put this ice sculpture?
Right now, we're trying to shape it down in the ice room.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like
Have
when
the
the grand
strappy
opening
lads
comes,
bring it out.
where is this gonna be? Is it gonna be like at the bar facing you with the tail facing the customer, so you can just like, or is it gonna be like in the back so that nobody can knock it over and fuck with it, and you pour it and it just flows down and you
Put it
do
up
it
on
like
the
as a
counter.
showy
It
thing?
does have a decent amount of hit dice, so I'm not really worried about anybody fucking with it
It's
too much.
it's tough, right? And that's kind of a big advantage of using this spell is it could get knocked off of a counter and it wouldn't shatter.
Exactly.
It might crack a little bit.
Yeah,
or something like
hardness 0, but it has 30 hit points.
that. The problem with putting it in customer range though is more of a sanitary issue.
We're in
Bro, I've seen the water they bathe in.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's
Do
not
they
an issue.
Exactly.
All right.
Do they care?
They're gonna be drunk. They'll be fine.
We're gonna get shut down by a health inspector the first night.
If this town has like legit health inspectors, that's
I could probably also cast like neutralize poison or something on it. So that
Every now and then, just give it a little like
yeah, just
Yeah.
little,
little sanitary wipe.
Yeah.
Every other pour, you're like, alright. I should do it.
sanitize this real quick.
Some kid goes, just puts the whole tail in his mouth, and you're just like, right, I think that needs a cast.
Yeah.
who brings their kid to a bar?
Peasants.
Peasants people, yeah.
We have a kid in our bar.
We have a kid in our
Yeah,
bar.
you. Actually.
Yeah.
We could just like, you don't even have to you don't even have to like
We're
cast
just trying to
spell
fit
sanitizer.
in,
We just
okay? If
shave
we don't
off that
have a
bit of
kid in this
ice.
bar, it's gonna look
Good as
sus.
new.
So you're now
We still
gonna,
need to go
you're also
register this
gonna,
child.
what are you gonna do that today to make the kind of
Yeah.
inside for this
Yeah,
armor?
because we want to try it.
Just
So
a general crafting check
okay.
to, you can substitute with spellcraft since you are using spells to, accomplish.
Did we already register the child? We haven't done that yet.
Yes, we sure did.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
Dara
did.
has
She
been
did that.
registered.
That's
Zelly
good.
did that, yeah.
19.
19, yeah, it's functional. You do run into slight problems with where chinks in the armor are. Booze is not going to run down. The helmet is a very separate piece from the breastplate is a very separate piece from the hip and tail armor kind of deal. You might need to find something to bridge those gaps, whether it's ice or whether you just make a little wooden slide and kind of hide it on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Is up to you. You guys, D12s each. Circumstance.
I'm not
3.
super helpful. I'm sorry, I just punch things and I pour drinks.
I'm trying to figure out how we can make snow.
Oh, sounds good.
Snow shape is really good.
All right. Well, we all rolled 3.
Said we can just whatever shape you want.
Very interesting circumstance rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys head out to the fairgrounds.
No.
There's a couple of things going on. Behind the fairgrounds that is starting to get some prep up. You see there's a couple lands that kind of rotate through farmlands. that have been re-cleared. The tilling's been packed down, and they're getting ready for kind of like, you know, where the tents are going to go, where the stands are going to be, where other little events are going to start happening. Targets are now out for archery practice. But just to the north, where a couple of farmsteads are, you see that they've apparently rented out their farmland and are not growing for this little grow season. And you see one massive tent is currently being set up. There is a crew of no less than like 30 folk going around. They all look like military men. They have the green tabard, the classic, just, you know, kind of flat helmet with the little nose piece on it of the Mad King. And the tent itself is in the Mad King's kind of dark green as well.
There's no way the king is coming to this thing, right?
Let's find out. I'm gonna see if there's any. Are there any like not like the group of military people, but just like other peasant people or just folks around?
There's plenty of general workers going around. They're setting up they're working on the ground right now, stomping it down. They're building. They got a drainage ditch that they're building to move the irrigation away from this plot of farmland that they've taken up for the season. There's some people inside the fairgrounds training currently, and a couple of guys moving training dummies and other equipment around for those people.
Yeah, I just want to just stop one of them. Just ask.
Yeah, you just stop some young guy doing some seasonal work, and he's, yes, my lords, can I help you?
Yes. Quick question, young man. What's the word on that large tent over there? What's that for?
Apparently here in the next couple of days, the Navy is sending an escort. Some big event, a new ship is being revealed, and as part of that, they're having like their champions of the crew come and show off some talents. It's going to be a special thing. I've never quite seen it before. The military always shows up. You know, most of the forts will send some of their smaller, less important knights, or even some of their bigger names, depending on how the war's going in their zone. To do festivals like this throughout the lands. So, you know, we usually have several tents smaller than this one that they're setting up, but apparently this year it's a big deal for them.
With this Navy appearance, is there any names of nobles that are popping up?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Anybody we almost killed yet?
Anybody who wants to kill us? Fucking Gato, where is that bitch?
He's here
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah, you guys be careful wandering around.
Yeah, like one of my things, I'm gonna try to find just like a practice helmet and just like
Maybe we should
always
just,
wear that.
stuff your face into the ley line and see what happens, right?
No, I was the one person who was like, "Nah, I'm good."
All I'm saying is you're too recognizable.
Apparently they've moved one of their shallow draft gunboats. The PG Frisha Deep is going to be the one transporting them down the river here. And when it docks, its Captain Marvin, should be coming around. As far as participating knights, Sir Greenwall has quite a name made out for himself, but I don't think he's going to do much of a show here. He might just participate in some of the events. He's very well known for ground magics, for controlling animals, but he specializes, of course, at sea, so I don't think that he'll be showing off any of his magical talents here, unfortunately. But there's plenty of war mages that should be making their way down.
Any Vikels? I heard that they are quite a force to be reckoned with in combat.
I don't think any of the Vikels are currently active in the Navy. I think with lead cavalry forces, as well as the research end of some things up north.
Very well.
Yeah, they all have boats named after them, though, but those are all much too large vessels, from my understanding, to make landing. Even if we controlled the not quite Bronze to the south, that little tiny port, it would take them forever on those little rowboats to unman on those little docks that they're supposed to have down there.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciate your time, young man.
Yes, of course. Is there anything else that I can do for you, my lords?
Not particularly. Maybe my associates. Anything for the young man here?
No.
Very well. You may take your leave, young man.
All right. Have a great day. Be absolutely sure that he's not an idiot, that I'm not an idiot, and that none of the Vikels are active in the Navy.
Yeah, the reason I bring it up is because I know that the captain's, one of his ships got sunk by a Vikel ship.
Yes. And it's very common for ships to be named after nobles or people of importance. Doesn't mean that they're the captain of that ship. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's like getting buildings named after you.
The D.D. Brandon Vikel.
Yep.
Well, bet. Can I go see if I can find like a training helmet or something? Slap on my ugly mug.
Could just ask the guy who you threw at me as if I needed anything from him. He's not going to be able to tell me what ship they're showing off here.
Well, I'll just see if he had anything for the young man.
He just said how they're getting here.
If you ask around any more about that, people are pretty eager to tell you that the name of the ship is, let me get the title right, the CV Goldshire. And it's going to be, or it has already had its maiden voyage, right? It is on the water right now, as of maybe 3 weeks ago. And it is the largest ship and newest ship in the Mad King's Navy. Magister Snaggletooth, the Magister in charge of the entire naval forces, has moved his operations onto that ship from the battleship, the Silvershire, I believe. Yeah, the VB Silvershire was his old ship. And everybody's super excited because apparently the naval front of this war is supposed to kick up relatively soon. And this new ship is supposed to be like the pin, like, you know, this is going to win it for us.
So what you're saying is we have to take very careful precautions in our investigations of this ship, make some notes, boogie onto the pirate isle, find a resistance on the waters. They already don't like the Mad King, so it should be easy.
And maybe we can possibly sabotage this ship while we're at it.
I doubt it.
Well, it's a possibility. Just keep it in
Big
mind.
doubt it.
Yeah, and the ship is most certainly not going to be in the local waters.
Oh, this is just them being like, "Ooh, we got
Yeah,
it."
they're sending the little gunboat, the Frisha Deep, is what everybody's going to be coming on, because that's a boat that can fit on the river.
Yeah, fits. Okay, for sure. Bet.
Because mind you, this river, it's not the Mississippi that's running through, you know, north-south on this continent. This is much closer to like the Colorado, where it's, you know, maybe 50 foot across at most. And so it's a very shallow, there's lots of rapid sections. Boats are capable of going up and down all the way up to Ironshire, but it's not an easy voyage, and it's not like a commercially viable voyage. This is more of a show of like,
We
look at
gotta
us
find
for the
blueprints.
military.
I'm sure it won't be too hard. We have some Thieves Guild fellows that can may help us get that information.
That's a tall fucking order, my guy.
It's only me. You're the one who's all in tight with them.
I'm not in tight with them at all. I had a single favor. One.
And I just would like to just point out that like all this conversation, we're doing this in Orcish, like,
Yeah, for sure.
whereas I think that is just awesome. Just these two like the only orcs, just like, but yeah,
Yeah, but I would imagine if any guards have seen combat, they've picked up at least a little bit of Orcish, depending on where they've fought. So.
Speaking of, as you guys are entering into more of the training grounds and you see the people who are training, there's a little contingency of guards that are scrapping up a little bit and doing some practice. And one immediately turns and starts walking towards you guys. You see his bright green eyes and perfect teeth.
Oh shit, it's the boy. What's the boy? What was his name? Roy?
Classic Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming over. He's got the long spear. It's completely wrapped at the top for training, so that he can use it for sparring and training. And he just walks up and gives you a big old wave and kind of looks at you and, well, howdy, gentlemen. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Put it there, Roy. And I'll just like give him that
Yeah.
family shake.
Lands his spear up and he goes, and who's this? Friend, family?
Oh, this is Roy. Friend, introduce yourself. I know it's customary.
Stop just making up Orcus customs here.
Shut
He
the
doesn't
fuck up. They
remember
don't
your
know.
name.
I don't know.
Quell Sani.
Yeah, he shakes your hand and in perfect Orcish. It's a pleasure to meet you, Crow.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you. How is the trading going today?
He looks back and still in Orcish. He's just like, oh, these fucking idiots don't know what they're doing at all, man. They're hopeless, absolute lost causes, but they all think that they've got the chance at grand prize,
Is
if
there
not catching some women's attention.
like a weird dialect or anything? Where he learned it from?
It's most certainly an Eastern dialect.
Okay.
Yeah, you would recognize it. Well, you'd kind of recognize it. You've seen some of the war boys that come through Barenthal.
Yeah.
That's this accent. This is
Roy
most certainly
continues to get
a
more
war
sus.
a war accent.
What is his story?
That's a very specific dialect and inflection you have. Where did you learn?
Picked it up on the front lines for the couple of years that I had spent as a captain down along Fort Resort.
They have good tutors down there then.
It's required to learn, and either prisoners or willing Confederates teach every captain of the guard Orcish, so that way they can't code their messages simply by speaking.
Well, that would make sense considering you're, combating with them. You don't want them plotting a revolution in the middle of your camp.
Well, it's not necessarily so much of an in middle of our camp thing, but out on the battlefield, being able to understand the orders the captain's barking and taking it the step further to then break the codes that they use is very important for counter navigations and
Yes. I imagine so.
surviving.
Poor guy. Stuck on the front line so many times.
It was there for, almost a decade.
Would you want to show me what you learned on the battlefield?
You looking to spar with us folk? That other adventuring party's just right over yonder.
Ah,
And he tips over, and there's the same gal, Victoria, is working with her horse, and you see the spearsman, the man who is yet to introduce himself, with the dog, is just kind of milling about the place. It seems like he's noticed you, and he is watching the two of you, and he has stopped practice for the time being.
Well, no, because if you remember, Roy, you promised me a sparring session not too long ago.
Yeah. And you wouldn't believe the crazy nights we've been having to have with this new guy out in the woods going around, just murdering guardsmen and stuff. He hasn't bugged our local guys too terribly, besides, unfortunately, the kid and a couple younger hotheads that thought, we're the city guard, we know better, we'll go out and show those main military guys what's what. But,
Bit off a little more than they could chew.
yeah, unfortunately so. But because of that, everybody's been working just about double shifts. And so we haven't organized for it, guys just haven't had the energy.
Well, it seems like you folks have the energy now.
We've, this little small group, these are most of the folk that come around for those little nighttime events that we do. We so happen to have this shift off. We're going relatively light right now. Got to be back on here in a couple hours, but for the time being, I'm more than happy to spar with you.
Perfect. Would you happen to know if there are any helmets around here? Practice ones.
There's a couple leather cowls and stuff that you can grab.
You can just stretch like two of them over your fat head.
And there's plenty of wraps around, of course, for any weaponry. They don't offer any blunteds just yet. I think the military tends to bring those, and I think they're going to set up their grandiose tent first. There's a couple wooden trainers around. They're not of the best quality, but they get the job done just fine.
Perfect. I'll go grab one of those little leather cowls and slap that on my face just to.
Yeah, it looks
Cover.
silly.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine by me.
It's like first football helmet kind of leather cowl.
Fuck yeah. And then I'll take one of those wraps and I'll just wrap the end of my flail. And yeah.
You want to throw maybe 2-3 more of those on that, buddy?
Maybe a pillow or 3.
I suppose. He'll put some more on there.
Usually that's used to, put a barrier between a blade and the body. Bludgeoning weapons, well, of course us guardsmen don't tend to use them. Most of the military guys don't terribly tend to use them. Some of the knights that come by are hammer fellas or whatever.
They're incredibly slow, so you should be fine.
Well, all right, let's see. Yeah, you go to spar with Roy.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Spar with the boy Roy.
Give me a couple attack rolls. We'll do it like a skill challenge.
Okay. Pow. So that is 21.
Good. You start off strong.
That is slightly, or wait, no, it's more. Fucking, what's 14 plus 16, 30?
Fantastic. Do you have any points in sense motive?
I do. I have a lot of
Roll
points in
that
sense
since you
motive.
have points in sense motive.
Okay.
He's recording your combat skills in case he has to kill you.
Dope. 14.
You're doing really well.
Awesome.
Next attack roll.
20, no. Yeah, 25.
You have him on the ropes. You're backing him up. He's having to concede ground constantly. He's tried to circle the octagon like 4 times now.
Can I roll Profession Knight to see if he's up to anything tricky?
Yeah, totally.
22.
He doesn't look gassed by any means, right? Like he's not panting, he's not breathing real heavy. It's not like he's running out of endurance, but he is receding ground, and he's definitely, either he's not quick enough or he's just not taking advantage of any openings that you've provided. He's either having a very rough time or he's holding back to gauge you.
Okay.
Start holding back
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like
that's
a
all- yeah.
Self-bestowed -5 to your attack rolls.
Yep, I'm gonna do that.
All
I'm
right.
gonna start holding back just to see what he does.
Yeah, last roll.
Knocks him the fuck out.
So, let's see, 24.
All right, yeah. And as you kind of like pull back a little bit and go to gauge, he just gives you this little smirk, and fast as lightning, he kicks the spear around, sweeps your feet out from under you immediately, and just puts the cloth at your neck. And he goes, "Whoa, good one, man. Got a little lucky there. You put that foot forward."
Impressive. And I'll take his hand and stand up.
Yeah. I've never hit a kick ankle sweep like that before. Honestly, it was my first go around. I'd been practicing that move with the guys for a couple of weeks, but
That was a good one.
it's too flashy to use on the front lines. Usually, they just have you, walk, stab, and bark orders.
See, that's when you need to break away a little bit, show them what you can do.
You would say so. Unfortunately, of course, when your enemy is mostly focused on individualistic fighting, being part of a unit actually gives you a humongous advantage.
I suppose that's true.
And you can roll a sense motive again.
27.
That move was way too well practiced to be something that he picked up here. It was way too well executed. And, the balance of a human and the balance of an orc are very different. And he seemed very expert at your size.
Can I roll Profession Knight to see if that would be from him just fighting orcs or if it's from something else? 22.
He most certainly can get that from just fighting orcs. He's definitely quick, though. He's a lot faster than you expected him to be. And that's gotta be just years of fighting.
He's a monk.
Fear the monk. Welcome back.
It's probably a
Yeah, he does wear armor, so he's probably not a monk class, but you might be able to
Brawler.
assume that he's a brawler of some sort, a heavily dex-trained fighter, potentially even a rogue. He could be a myriad of things. Unfortunately, you can't quite narrow down his class from his weapon set, which is given to him, his armor set, which is given to him, and this relatively flimsy story that he's already sold you on.
Fair enough. Well, maybe you could teach me how to do something fancy like that one of these days.
Well, not with a flail, I can't.
Oh, and I'll go and I'll grab my halberd.
Now that's something we can talk about here.
Yeah, because since we're gonna go train, I just brought all my weapons with me.
Yeah. What are you up to?
I, wrapped the tip of my rapier, and I've just been watching. I watched Uzul get floored. I was like, I could have parried that.
Go ahead and try it, big boy.
Hold on, I have to ban people
Yeah.
from the chat.
Got some of those bots roll through. So you've just watched that. You go off, try to spar with the rest of the guards. They seem kind of hesitant to do anything with you.
Yeah, if none of them are man enough to spar with me,
Yeah.
I'll go over to my big friend and spar with this one.
All right. Yeah. And it's not too terribly long before they actually kind of disperse and as a group kind of start heading over. You do notice that at some point the sword and shield guy from the other adventuring party, Vic, he's shown up, and he is currently talking to the spear guy with the dog, yet unnamed member of their party, the only one.
The dog doesn't like me.
The dog has not taken his eyes off of you two since getting here.
You think it's just an orc thing? I think it's just an orc thing.
Just got a taste for the green fellas.
Can I roll sense motive on the dog?
Yeah,
So many
totally.
racists around here.
So many racists. Ooh, 26.
The dog is most certainly trained to be disfriendly to orcs.
Orc hunter.
It's an orc thing.
Yeah. There might be other races involved. You're not sure. You haven't seen the dog around anything other than humans and yourselves. But this is more than like, a rabbit hunting dog, for sure.
Not a fan of the green boys.
Not a fan of the green boys.
You do notice as well when you did your little sparring match, Victoria stopped and watched you. Took off her helmet for a short little while. And when you hit your back on the ground, there was this little helmet was back on. She went back to training.
She too was like, oh, I could have parried that.
You guys spar together then.
Yeah.
What weapon are you using? Using your rapier?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can do non-lethal with a rapier.
You guys go and
Yeah, I'll
you,
use my flail. Just parry this, you fucking casual.
Bet.
with your escapades through the morning, you probably only have maybe 4 hours to train for this, so you guys can transmute that into the +1s for 1v1 combat.
How would that be applied? Because I get the.
That can only be applied for like training style or showy style fights. So you can't use that when you go into dungeons and you're fighting for your life. But for the 1v1s at the fair, totally.
Okay.
If somebody challenges you to an honor duel and it's not to the death, you can use those bonuses kind of deal.
Okay.
If you go and you train with Roy again, and you go into one of those skill challenges or an attack challenge, you can use those bonuses.
Okay.
But does a 28 hit?
Ooh, fucking barely.
Well, it's a critical. Let's try again. 27 to confirm.
Ah, you dicks.
I gotta roll 13 or higher.
You guys just hammer each other for a good couple hours. You guys back at the bar, as you're working on things, you just working exclusively in the ice room?
I mean, I can try to help you, but there's not a lot I can do except like just make the ice. But I was thinking I could probably make some more wine, just for cheap swill shit people can pay a copper for.
Yeah, after we practice with the ice sculpture for a little while,
Yeah,
we kind
spin an hour and a half
Yeah.
at it kind of deal.
we
Cheers
can
to
go up and
wine.
start
Tears to wine, and I can make, because I think I had like 5 barrels or something. I probably need more wood, but maybe there's wood in the dungeon somewhere that I can take.
Do we recall if the spring or the pond that was in there was clean water or not?
You checked.
Yeah.
But I can make water.
So the create water, the conjured water won't stick around forever.
Okay.
If it's not like drank immediately, it does
okay.
have the duration associated with it. And you gotta check too if Tears to Wine has a duration similar as well.
I'm sure there's like
I think
a
there
well
is.
or something around.
Yeah, there is. There is a public well that you can get clean water from.
You just stock up in barrels and then Tears to Wine as needed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably help her do that because as a rabbit, she can't really carry.
I could probably make some of the barrels, and then
I can go.
I could. After I make the barrels, I could change it to like a horse or something, so we can
You
cart
can
it.
just go buy some barrels.
Yeah.
They're not that expensive. They're like a silver piece a pop.
And I want to hang the banner. So that's up and people can see that like 4 days.
As you're hanging a banner, you hear a voice behind you. Excuse me, miss. Do you work here?
Yes.
Are you one of the adventurers? Do you know them?
Yes. Why are you asking?
Oh, sorry. And it's a younger boy, maybe 13. I'm just a page. I work up at the Bailey. I was told to give this as payment for the contract.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and he just has this little sack of money.
Perfect. Take that for a moment.
Yeah. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. And he turns around and kind of awkwardly walks away.
Okay.
There is 400 gold pieces inside.
All right. Take that and put it back in the bar. Finish hanging up the banner. I'm gonna check on you and see if you're ready to go get water.
Yes, and so create water will last for up to a day.
A day. Okay. So you could do that like the day of if we like run out.
Yeah,
of
either the
booze,
day
like,
of or like the night before,
Yeah.
so we can stock
And
up.
what about Tears to Wine?
Let's see.
I know that the duration on that one's pretty long.
Yeah, I thought it was.
That one's 10 minutes per level. So we could have the water in barrels like the day before or whatever.
And then as you dispense it,
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go to tap the keg, do a cast on.
Yeah, because it would last.
So you wouldn't be
for
able to
an
do that
hour.
too terribly many times.
Yeah.
But
on your last cast, just do the entire keg.
And then I found this is but it's not in like the druid spell list when you go to the class page.
that's because it's third party.
Oh, okay, that's why. So.
It's just create water, but snow
But
instead.
snow, yeah.
Yeah. There's of course the problem with snow is not ice,
Mhm.
and to compress snow into ice, you lose like 90% of it.
Mhm. But
You could just put barrels of water in the ice room and let them freeze. We've got 4 days.
no, but the thought is if we have
That's
the
a better idea.
I mean, I can't come up with that. Sorry, I'm no longer big.
Yeah,
Or do
you
like
get water
half,
from the well.
or like
Yeah.
by the pint probably, because kegs will take a long time to freeze. But
You can get a good couple gallons, a good 5-gallon bucket's worth of water could make a small swan.
Perfect. So we'll
Do
go-
any of you have skills in chiseling ice? Oh, you have the spell.
Yeah,
You need to worry
she
about
can-
that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why I was looking at the create snow because then the snow
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd let that apply to ice.
Okay, dope.
Perfect. So we're gonna go get barrels and fill them up with water and get to a smaller barrel. Statue.
There are also, if you pay any close attention to the ice room, gigantic icicles hanging from the ceiling that are ready to drop at any given moment.
Yeah, throw a rock at one of
You
those.
just do like a psychic.
were just trying too hard,
ear-piercing
okay?
scream in the room and
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean those icicles did almost kill us. So.
Yeah. Fuck those icicles. I'm gonna use one of those.
you stand in the doorway, you ear-piercing scream, and all falls. And there you go. Easy.
Just
So
make
don't-
sure all your stuff is out first.
Yeah. Start knocking
fuck
down
the
with
ghosts.
the Wukong staff or something.
That's a better idea.
They're too high for that, I believe.
Yeah, they're about 90 feet high, so you would need to gain some elevation and then smack them with the Wukong staff.
Oh well, if
You could still do that.
Can you wild shape into a giraffe and then fashion?
I won't be able to hold it then.
You can hold it with your mouth.
Hold it in your teeth.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! I don't think that's gonna work very well. For some
Still
reason.
think that's
Oh, I have
90
spider.
feet.
Okay, yeah. We have
Spider
ways,
climb
we have
is
ways.
better.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there
well,
are,
she
there are
only needs
indeed
to
ways.
get she only needs to get
There's
like
a lot of ways
30
to
feet
handle
up
this
into
problem.
the air because her staff is like 60, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have the ice.
Mhm.
Maybe we have buckets of water or barrels of water.
Yep, you guys take time, you go get barrels of water
So
filled.
we can get the barrels for the tiers to 1, and then we can probably just use the fucking icicles for the.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll do the icicles tomorrow.
Perfect.
Throughout the day at odd ends when you guys are in the bar, every now and then you see Phil rolling a keg back or something like that and popping it up in, going somewhere else.
Can we check in on Adara and Kenosi and make sure they're okay?
Are they? I need circumstance rolls, d12s.
They're both
From
with
the two of
K.
you.
The worst
I
answer
rolled
you
a
could
1.
get.
I rolled a 3.
All right. Yeah. When do you guys have this idea
For what? To check on
to
them?
check on them?
Probably when we leave the room, leave the ice room to go start filling barrels with water from the well.
They're not in the bar.
Oh, dope.
Lost
You
my
don't.
child.
You don't see them.
Phil?
They in K's.
Oh,
He's not there right
left.
now either. Yeah.
You lost both of our children.
You lost all 3 of the children.
Kay's upstairs.
You lost all
Oh
three.
shit.
Damn.
That's
Probably.
Talk to Kay.
We need to go. Maybe we should check with Joanne. Maybe they went to go get cherry cakes.
That's a good idea.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe you should see if K's upstairs
No.
too. Because the 3 of them on the town is the recipe for destruction.
You know, I might just turn into a bird real quick and
It's a great idea.
check.
You guys go see if Kay's there.
I'll go
You
upstairs.
can
while
talk to Kay.
Yeah.
I still have a hard time with Kay right now.
You go upstairs and you knock on the door a couple times. There is no answer.
Can I open the door? Is it locked?
It's not locked. No. You open the door.
I think he knows how to lock doors.
It's messy. all the everything's been converted to more desks and cabinets. One of the bunk beds has been moved in, and there's just plywood sheets that have been put on it, and it's just getting full of stuff. There is on the main desk. Everything though is cleared off spick and span, and there's a humongous book laid open.
I'm gonna.
One page is halfway full, the other page is empty.
Totally gonna snoop in this man's diary.
Yeah, you go up, and it is indeed a memoir of Kay's life.
Oh man.
You look at the front, and it's called Tales of the Tongue.
What a name. Okay.
I don't know if I like that.
That's
Yeah.
a choice.
It's maybe a quarter of the way in. It's talking a lot about early childhood, and
the fucking circus.
and about how, you're just about at the part where his mom had sold him to the circus.
Bummer, dude. Okay.
And it's always worded like, I left home at a very young age, always out for adventure. I made my own man of myself kind of thing. I volunteered to go along with a wonderful band of specialists in odd skills to learn more and sharpen my craft. Yeah.
What a fucking man.
What a perspective he has.
He's just delusional. It's the only way he can cope.
That's fair. I mean, I don't. What do you want from him?
Does mention the accident a couple of times.
The accident?
Yeah. It's like, after the accident I left home, I had outgrown my town.
Oh my god. What if K's a smurf and he's actually permanently enlarged person?
Okay.
Dear God. You're kidding, bro.
So, yeah, I've read this man's diary. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, but he is not in the
It's
not in the room.
Can I just roll perception to see if there's anything else in the room that we should be concerned about?
Sure.
Okay.
An abundance of fire hazards are probably there.
No, I probably don't see shit with a 13.
You would not know if any of these things are to be concerned about.
Fair
I'm gonna
enough.
give Kay a gift.
But there's lots of like open buckets of chemicals and dried herbs
Should
strewn
be.
about, and half mixed potions that just kind of laying. There's some broken glass around.
Okay.
Just the fun stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back downstairs.
It looks like he's raided the trash and taken all of the empty bottles that you've produced, and those are all upstairs now.
Okay.
Some of them have rags sticking out.
Nice.
Cocktail burrito.
Fucking Molotov cocktails.
Can I
this
roll
man.
survival, I guess, to see if like they left any tracks or indications? of where they're
Unfortunately, you don't have like a dirt floor or
I
anything
know.
like that. Tracks in this city are not necessarily going to be something that you can
If you had
Let's
succeeded
roll
the
sense
perception
motive.
check, you'd notice there's a post-it note on the door.
Unfortunately, no, there is no note
Retreat
left on the
sense
door or
motive?
anything.
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you roll sense motive and I'll assist you.
Okay.
Where would they go? What are they? What
Right.
are they getting up
What
to
would
right
a
now?
child, a monkey,
Fucking A! Of course I rolled a 19 on my assist.
Dude,
Jesus.
I hope that this is a good one.
I believe in
otherwise
you.
I'm gonna feel bad.
I believe in you.
It was
See,
okay.
that's good. It's a 23.
Yeah.
25.
25. Sense motive.
Well, from what you know about Kenosi, he's more of a follower than a leader. So he's probably not recommending anything.
Right.
Plus, of course, they can't talk to each other.
I don't think she's in charge either.
Adara, yeah, she hasn't been much of a decision maker
What does she think?
thus
other-
far.
So what is this lunatic up to? That's
Yeah,
my
what is
question.
She has been to Joanne's the one
It's
time,
wrapped up.
and Kay, Christ, you don't know the guy like that. Ice tragedy.
There's our ice!
There's
Yes!
her ice.
The icicles have fallen!
Bicycles are falling.
Oh my god.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna
Kay
fly.
was talking about, getting his new shipment of alchemy supplies relatively soon. That might be today.
Okay. So you're flying as a bird around
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Roll perception.
I'm gonna start heading over towards like the nearest alchemy shop, like something like that.
Sure, yeah. There's a couple little herbalists around and stuff, but no like devoted alchemy shop.
23.
You see
Do I get
as
high
you're
ground advantage?
going, yeah, you get a bonus for
25.
high ground. You see a little blue tuft of hair making its way down to
Making its way downtown.
making its way downtown, going towards the front gate.
Okay. Any companions?
No.
Dope. Okay, well, to fly down and talk to Kay.
Yeah, you swoop down. It's Kay. Yeah, he's walking the streets, and you stop by.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay just, a couple feet, like, out of his reach.
Uh huh.
So he can't grab me again.
Sure.
It's not fun. Kay.
Oh, who said that?
Kay, it's me. It's Nvidia.
Nvidia, you're a bird.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Is that a wood thing?
Yes.
That's pretty nifty.
Listen, if I
It's been a
land,
while since I've seen you. Where
if I land
you
on your
been?
head, are you gonna try to grab me, or can I?
Oh, that's fine. You should be. I don't. You can hold on, right?
Yes.
That's just fine. I was just heading down to the gate. My supplies should be throwing up soon. One of the guys came by and was like, "Yeah, the cart's ready to come in. It's just got to pass inspection." So I got to throw them our for the alchemy license
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because some of the ingredients coming in are a little less than legal.
Okay, so don't say that out loud, maybe.
And yeah, he kind of like looks around as all these people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah, your supplies for your
Yeah, for the normal.
apothecary, right?
Yes, well, actually, it's a contract for supplies to the military,
Oh, see.
so I can get a couple extra
That's
things.
So, do you know where Kenosi and Adara went?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, they headed out just maybe a couple minutes before I did. When I was thinking about my alchemy supplies, and just as the page was coming, and I was coming down, and it's like, oh yeah, I got to check out the local area and see what things are about, and see what other supplies I can get locally. Adara got this like really weird look in her eyes, and her and Kenosi just like walked out the door.
Fucking A.
So we have no idea where the fuck she went.
Oh. Is there anything you've been meaning to collect or?
Oh, I was thinking about going around. I was gonna check out that Hunter's Haven place. I heard that that's where all the foresty folk are, and those guys usually come back with some pretty decent stuff and know enough about like the local fauna and whatever. to be able to inform me as to what's around and what it's useful for, so I could collect ingredients locally.
Okay. Anything else or?
Oh yeah, sir. I was also gonna head up north, and I was gonna go get a sample of the water from the poison swamps. I just heard about that. Heard that it's like super dangerous and toxic, and I was wondering what made that up. I was thinking as well about heading over westward and seeing if there was a good place to descend down and get access to the store line for maybe some like sea life stuff for alchemy. There's a lot of like cells and things that you can utilize. I heard that there was a lime deposit up northwest as well. I was gonna go get some of that and make some quick lime for different things. There was.
For
Oh my
different
God.
things.
Wow. So you have a pretty long list, don't you, Kay?
Oh yes, I've been
Chores.
so busy writing my new book that I've kind of lost track of time.
You're writing a book?
Yeah, I'm writing a memoir of my life so far, and I plan on continuing to fill it out as I continue to have such wonderful adventures and meeting great friends.
Well, that's the best way to record a memoir. I
Yeah,
guess.
I've titled it Tales of the Tongue.
That's an interesting title.
Yeah, well, it's just fitting.
Yeah. So, well, I hope your shipment comes in.
Oh yeah, I just gotta go bring this totally legitimate paperwork down to show the guards.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll check back in with you later. I'm gonna go look for Kenosi and Adara.
Oh yeah, sir. Like I said,
Kadara.
they were only like mildly jogging, so they can't be that far.
Okay, and they were going west.
Oh, I don't know. They went out the front door before I did.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Kay.
And of course, have a great one. It's nice seeing you again. It's been a couple of days. It's been since we were not quite, and you guys left
No,
originally.
I'm the bunny. That's me. But
No, the
we'll
bunny.
we'll talk
The
about
bunny's
it later.
name is George.
We'll
the
talk
funniest,
about it later.
the funniest
I'll
thing.
see you later,
Everybody.
Kay.
Oh, okay, bye.
That is easily one of my favorite things that I did last session, was just convince Kay that the rabbit was just a rabbit.
Where are you going?
Oh boy.
Please find your friends.
So glad I already did my meditation for the day and I don't have any of the spells. That would be helpful.
Please come tell Uzul so we can go find his
I'm gonna
child.
find you first because you're the fastest one.
Okay.
And
Can you circle back to the
Yeah.
bar? You're just coming out the front door at this
Bro, I
point.
can be a horse,
Where
but
could they have gone? Where did that man take them?
so Kay
Adara's in
had
danger.
a long
Ulgan's
list
not
of
here,
things
Adara's
that he
missing, she's gonna
was
die.
thinking about getting. I really hope Adara is not trying to fulfill some of those needs for him. One of them
Maybe check
was the
Joanne's in.
poison swamps. So maybe
Poison swamps?
yeah.
It's like a day and a half journey north.
Maybe Kenosi just really wanted to go get a cake.
Can't you call Kenosi? Don't you have some way to communicate
I
with
don't have any of
Kenosi?
those spells trained.
Don't you, as a class ability, have a telepathic link with him?
Yeah, shouldn't you be able to, if you
Yeah,
can
it's
channel
right.
your
You can,
spells,
yeah.
since you can
But
channel
it
your
does have
spells
a
through
range.
them,
It's within
within a mile.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll try that, but
please call your monkey.
yeah.
And in
So-
bird form, you can do a radius of that mile, so you can touch the miles outside of it.
Yeah.
The city can't be
I didn't realize
too
I had
terribly large.
that link. So yeah,
Yeah, you do.
absolutely, I'll use that. But yeah,
Come in, Kenosi.
let's
Come in, Kenosi.
maybe some of the
General
places
Kenosi.
Adara has has gone with you or with Uzul or whatever, and I'm gonna take a
Bird
flyby to
control the
city.
major Kenosi.
Okay, but you
This is
found
bird
the
action.
So I don't need to go check apothecary shops. So I'm gonna go check.
We'll have to check in with
Joanne's.
K2 because he's bringing in some questionable materials.
Yeah, he's something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
One problem at a time.
right. I am going to check
Send-
Joanne's, chug some booze really quickly, and spend that key point to just
Slap on
fucking.
your ready your charisma goggles in case you need to talk to people.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not goggles. They're
Straw.
It's a
Yeah.
sippy. It's
straw.
a straw.
Oh,
That's
can we
You need
can we
to make
make it
them
into
I wanted to
can we
make it
make
like
it into
sippy
those
glasses.
glasses,
Yeah.
right? And it
That's
just it
exactly what
slurps
she
through the
then
glasses.
she never has to pull it out of her bag. She can just always wear them.
I have
We
one
also
of
had
magic
talked
rings and armor. I don't know if I can manipulate it.
Making a camelback with the attachable straw. That would be.
We don't
Yeah.
need the camelback. We need
I
to
mean,
get you a cake.
Exactly.
I
Or we can get the beer hat.
No,
Like
I refuse.
Both good options.
you can get like 2 tubes going in.
But then, right, if we ever do perfect like the Brew Queen's brew, you can choose which potion to take and get drunk at the same time.
Fair, but like,
We're gonna get you one of these hats.
That's a lot easier to do than multiple bladders and a camelback.
is it though? You just
Yeah,
have like
well,
one on each side.
Yeah, but
got
how are you
the
gonna no.
tubes.
Hat or bust.
You check Joanne's.
Yes. It's
Yeah, you bust through the door at lightning speed, and Joanne,
Drop.
you
Drop it.
hear a
Sean.
tray hit the floor and clatter as she, and just jumps
You almost made
from
me drop
behind
my
the
croissant.
counter. And she turns around and she's like, oh, hello. Whew, sorry. You frightened me. Are you okay?
Have you seen the baboon? The one that likes the cherry cakes with the small child? Have they came through here?
No, heavens no. The last time I saw him is when you took them with that girl.
Oh no. Okay.
Gotta go.
Would you happen to have a cherry cake available?
Yeah. Since you guys actually moved into town, I've made a couple. I keep a couple on.
Perfect. Can I have one of those?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run through town with this cherry cake
It's the
desperately.
silver piece. Yeah, you're like,
yeah.
you're checking town.
Yeah, I'm gonna do search pattern, making my way around.
Making your way downtown. NVIDIA, what's your search pattern?
So
what are you
first
doing?
I'm gonna fly
Is it
up
plus
above
two?
the bar. Just try to reach out to Kenosi.
No response.
And then I'm gonna circle around town
Yeah,
and
you're gonna
do
be
the same thing.
circling just ever wider.
And also,
trying
can I
to
roll
pin-
some perception while I do that?
Absolutely.
Tell them about. Oh, you should be able to see that I went to Joanne's, right?
Maybe.
You guys
Depends.
would have talked about it before you
Yeah.
had it, at least.
In your communiques, mention the cherry cake.
Okay. Can I, do you want? Let me roll perception and see if I see her with the cherry cake, because I don't know that
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so 29 on both of those.
Yeah,
perception
absolutely.
checks. Okay,
You
great.
see her with
yeah,
the cherry
I'll,
cake.
I'll throw that message out to the universe as well.
As you're kind of circling around, you see Kay bringing the cart back in
He made
with
it.
a couple young guys.
What problem solved?
Yeah, you see as you get further and further out, you see the training grounds. There's a good couple of folk down there doing things.
Mhm.
No pingbacks from Kenosi yet.
Okay. Do I see these two?
Yeah,
Training?
you would recognize the two of them.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go in on this one's shoulder.
A bird lands on your shoulder in between bouts. You are shoved off.
I land on the other shoulder.
Shit.
Oh.
Let me get that for you, friend.
I'm not a fucking mosquito. Jesus.
Oh, it's our friend. Why, hello.
Just gonna whisper. Kenosi and Adar are missing.
Oh, it tickles.
Did you hear me? They're missing.
They're missing.
Who's missing?
The child and the monkey.
Oh, you're.
And like immediately, like as soon where do you know where they went?
I'm looking for them. I haven't been able to find them anywhere.
Do you have a direction?
Do you have any leads?
Kay saw them leaving the bar. I'm thinking Kay needs a lot of things. I think maybe Adar's trying to fulfill something.
What's something that he needed?
How long ago did they
There's
leave?
a long list.
Well, give me one of them so I can go
One of
look.
them's the poison fucking swamps.
How far?
Oh, that's a days to the north.
I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna go grab Altivo.
Yeah.
Got
You start
Yeah.
hauling ass.
Sally's looking
You
too. She
see-
has a cake.
You see the other adventuring party is just like stopped what they're doing and watching you. The dude with the spear is very intently watching you.
Hail and well met, friend! I shout across the field.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna jet.
I'm gonna go handle this. I'll catch up. I walk over to him.
You walk over to him?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah, the dog starts growling and he's like, hey,
Start
come on,
searching
man,
town?
stop it.
Hello, furry little friend.
Do you try to pet the dog?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Should have said yeah. You're not that smart right
My
now.
handle animal's not that great.
He looks at you and he goes,
Doesn't
yeah,
take too much smarts to
You're not
recognize
as smart
danger.
anymore.
you're part of that other adventuring party around, ain't you?
Ah, yes, the successful ones with the settled business.
Yeah, the new guys. I mean, I guess in town we're the new guys. I get it. Whatever. But you're the new guy to their.
Ah,
new
yes,
guys.
I am the newest guy.
Yeah, the newest
guy.
addition. You, obviously not from around.
No. I'm also not from the east, if that's what you're wondering.
Ah, well, that was going to be part of the question. Never been myself, but my dog's an old retired military hound. You know, they pick up on things. Interesting, how friendly you are with birds.
You know, you'd be surprised how many times one lands on my shoulder.
Huh.
There's one that comes in and out of the bar all the time.
Not like a familiar type situation, or
As
you purposefully keep birds around, or do they just kind of naturally attracted to you?
That one just seems to come and go, actually. I gave it a shiny thing once, and it comes back.
I hate you.
Weird for sparrows to be attracted to shiny things like that. Usually it's crows that do things like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know about birds, my friend.
Ah. Well,
I was a mott actually.
ah. Very unusual kind of bird to just be coming and going.
They're all dinosaurs to me, you know.
Those are rather exotic for these parts. Usually you don't run into them until you get very far south or across the sea.
Are you a bird watcher?
I keep track of wood folk.
Very nice. You have a keen eye for animals, then.
I try.
Oh. Very interesting. Well, I wish I had your aptitude. I, unfortunately, know very little about animals. However, aquatic animals, I can name a couple.
Never been on a boat myself.
Born and raised.
Interesting. Well, it's been a pleasure.
I didn't get your name.
I'm Nelson.
Well, Nelson, it's a pleasure to meet you. Krell.
Krell.
Roll a sense motive on that.
I can try, but I don't add anything to it.
Well, good luck in the tournament, and good luck doing whatever it is that your friend ran off in such a hurry to do.
He was late for his horse training.
Mm.
He's going to be doing the thing with the jousting. He's gonna be jousting.
Yeah, my friend was talking about that yesterday. Strange that he noticed how late in the day it was getting. Just so happened to be when that bird that you don't know and that doesn't belong in the local ecosystem so happened to land on your shoulder, even though you don't know animals.
You know, life is beautiful in the way coincidences work.
Adventurers live strange lives.
Indeed.
Well,
do you have any interest in the tournament?
oh, I signed up for the 1v1s.
Oh, well, I'll see you out there then.
We'll see how the bracket pans out, but possibly.
Oh, dude. I wish it was there. Because this dog, maybe Tracker.
Bro, animals don't like you.
I could have the idea.
Doesn't like me either, based purely off my race.
Maybe
It doesn't have to like us. It has to like a small child.
maybe I'm dumb or just not remembering, but why are we keeping the fact that, because she's part of the adventurer party, so she's fine being a druid, and
Maybe. Magic is still not, like, super kosher anymore.
but like the whole thing with the adventurer's license was like be cool with magic.
But also,
And-
Nvidia is dead, so...
But also, I don't think she
Wait,
signed on.
Nvidia is
as a
also
druid.
dead.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
a fucking rabbit.
Has anybody told anybody that she's dead?
I
or is
still have
this
to
just...
find the fucking clip and be like, yeah, this
There's
is
no
what you
gnome
said.
running around town.
Yeah, because as far as I know, I allegedly came up with the idea that Captain Haraway was dead.
Listen, okay,
But-
show of hands, right? How many remembers this happening? So at least
See, the majority.
I'm pulling this clip. You hang
Pull the
out
clip.
after session.
Pull
I'm
the
pulling
clip.
fucking- yeah, I was, thinking for his time and pitter patter away.
He
Where
can't
do you
pitter patter
go?
anymore.
Also, if I'm dead,
I don't pitter patter
maybe the
anymore.
Druids Association,
You
the
stomp.
HOA is going to stop
Yeah,
looking for
stomp.
me,
I
so
lumber.
that's okay with me.
Well,
Limber
fuck,
lumber.
I don't really have a
Some
means
information
of doing this. I wasn't also given the full list of what Kay's
What we can
looking for.
do.
So I'm gonna start where any common person would go and go to the river.
Okay. Check the river. You're getting Altivo and you're beelining it north to the poison swamps.
That's a terrible idea to go by yourself.
No. So first, I want to.
There's also a humongous landmark in this area, in like these lands.
Yeah. No. If I were to like ride my horse in town, would that be like an issue?
No, I mean if you're going top speed, yes.
Okay, I won't go top speed, but like I'm
You
like
can-
I'm
you
like
can,
going I'm like going
you
that
can
like
trot.
I'm going that like 6 miles an hour over the
Yeah.
speed limit, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm
you're
pushing
going a
it, but
little
like
fast.
exactly.
So we got 3 people searching this area.
No, I'm trying to find this one
Yeah.
because I'm trying to get more information about where she possibly could have gone. Because like
All right.
going on a full day's journey probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll see if I can find her. See if I can figure out a
All right.
shorter destination.
Roll for your search for this time.
I also want to see the river because I haven't seen it yet. And they said that boats travel it, and I'm wondering if my boat will fit on the river.
29.
29. As you're searching around, you don't find them, but you hear a call out from an alley. Hey,
Hey.
I don't really have time to stop. Like, what's going on?
you turn and it's the man in the dark hood,
Oh,
green eyes, great teeth.
I'm aware of who it is.
Yeah, he's leaning up against her and he goes, "You obviously in a hurry. What you looking for?"
Fuck it. Have you seen a small child, a little girl, about 10 years old?
That
And
new
our
one
monkey?
that's been in your bar.
That's- Exactly.
And you do know it's a baboon, not
We
a
don't know
monkey.
the difference.
It doesn't matter right now. Like, have you seen them or not? Please. For the love of God, she's blind.
Yeah, I saw him head out of town maybe an hour ago.
They left town?
Yeah, they were out the front gate. I saw them pass by Melman. They were heading, I don't know, southeast.
What is southeast? Like, is there anything, like, of note?
Yeah. The pathway to Hunter's Haven is southeast. Of course, eventually the iron mine would be southeast of you now. Some pretty thick woods to the south. In between, not quite in Bronshire, where of course Mark's children are buried and stuff.
Did he say that?
More to the eastward.
Like-
Yeah, no.
How much
You know,
do
he's-
you know?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, now I'm getting worried.
I'm reminding you.
Okay.
More to the east is the cheap lands where all the farmers are, where Phil has been going back and forth, getting these kegs and
Maybe
double
they went
checking
with
those
Phil.
things and getting those chores done.
Phil's already gone.
Okay.
Phil's been back and forth because he's
Yeah.
not buying a bunch. He doesn't have a cart, so he has to kind of like buy a couple of bottles here, there, or a keg here, there, maybe buy it in a helping hand to roll them back to the bar, kind of thing.
Poor Phil does not get paid enough for this. Man's getting his little steps in.
All right.
And of course, the river is to the east as well. You'd have to cross the river to get to Hunter's Haven or the cheap lands, anything like that.
You're already heading to the river.
Already going.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And Mark's house is southeast, but you guys haven't ever been there, so.
Okay. So, I thank you for that information.
Yeah.
If they
yeah.
come back through or anything, can you like?
If I see when you guys are around, I've been hopping around town. We've set a date for the grand opening.
Yeah, 4 days.
I'd love to talk to you about that when you're not in a rush.
Okay, sure, man. I'm just gonna start dipping, and I'm gonna start looking for this one because I want the horse.
Yeah, you guys run into each other just right about at the front gate. Oozle on Altivo,
Perfect.
looking for you. You guys have that like,
Where is she?
as you're just like fanning this cake around.
Where is she?
I still have the cake.
Yeah.
Yes. So our friend, the one that pops up in alleys all the goddamn time.
Dawn.
Yeah. Dawn. He said that she went southwest, or southeast. So like,
Bet.
we need to go that
I'm
way.
going.
You just turn and go
You
without
know,
telling.
Hauling ass on Altivo.
Can
My
I,
child
like,
is missing.
roll acrobatics to try to like jump on the horse with my boozed up ass?
I would love for you to roll acrobatics to try to jump onto an animal.
Yes. It's fantastic. It's a great plan.
Especially this one.
Especially an angry battle charger.
Animals don't like you, bro.
I know they don't. So it's 21 on the acrobatics. You want
That's-
to handle animal as well?
I would love a handle animal. Because that is a wonderful attack roll that Altivo just rolled.
No animal is angrier than sugar nuts.
Sugar nuts.
Great.
Miss Sugar Nuts, man.
It's a 3.
Do you not add anything?
I had nothing.
Oh no!
It fits the backstory.
It does, but oh no!
It does, but damn.
It does, but damn!
I'm about realism.
Yeah, you like expertly go and you grab Altivo's hindquarters, and as you're jumping to get up, Altivo bucks up, and I need a ride check from you to stay on. It's not hard because Altivo is battle trained.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, expert. You
I don't
ride
even
Altivo.
notice.
Yeah, you don't even know what's going on. But as you're going, Altivo kicks up with his hind legs, busts your hands up, and as you're kind of floating behind him, kicks you square in the chest.
Oh, no.
You take 15 points of lethal damage,
Jesus Christ!
and he lays you out flat.
You just got your ribs rocked.
Horses and beef.
And Uzel takes off down the way.
Oh, wait. 13 points of damage.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
You
got
drink.
your drunken damage reduction.
Oh, man.
13, it should be 12. You get half your level in damage reduction. You're level 6.
You're right. I just never upped that.
Yeah. You get damage reduction 3 when you're drunk. Or when you've been drinking.
Perfect.
Uzel, you're just blasting.
Yeah, I'm like full tilt, calling for
There's a-
Kenosi, like calling for Adara, like my child is missing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, someone help me, my child!
Where is it that you go?
To the river, man.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to the
called
river.
that right away.
Yeah, you're just heading straight east, like to the bathing section, to the bridge, to one of the bridges to cross
What
over.
is closest from the training?
Closest to the fairgrounds is the bathing area. Is kind of like the public access pools.
Well, Kenosi probably doesn't need a fucking bath, filthy animal.
Listen, I bathe him constantly.
After that, the next closest would be the bridge that goes to the cheap lands,
That
straight
does not
east.
count.
Gotcha.
I created water.
We'll go to the bridge first, because I know
Yeah.
that like recently they were over in that
Son is
area-ish. Our party was so.
Ish.
Yeah, you go over that way. You see that there are some Mad
Trying
Kingsmen
to
currently
stifle his
building
spirit,
a
okay?
small riverside
She wants to
long
roll
dock.
in fucking mud. You roll in fucking mud.
No sign of a baboon or a little blind girl.
And we'll go upstream from there to the bathing area,
The bathing area would be back downstream.
downstream.
Yeah, you just kind of make your way down that. It's a small river. Your boat would not fit in it. A sloop, unfortunately, has too deep of a draft for a river like this.
Was pretty sure it was going to happen.
Yeah, flat bottom pontoon boats, gunboats, things like that will fit here, but anything with a V draft, no chance.
Gotcha. Okay.
Besides maybe like a canoe.